with you for another live stream. I haven't done one of these in a while, but I was going back through and you know thinking about May 21st, and I was like, what is familiar about May 21st? And then I was like, oh yeah, that's when Sour came out, Olivia Rodrigo's album, and it was her debut album. So it was a year ago, May 21st. Today's the 28th, but I was busy seeing Bonnie Raitt last week, and so that's why I delayed it a week. But this is a really important album for me, and it's kind of funny. So, my journey with Olivia Rodrigo goes as follows. Um, I had heard, about this song "Driver's License," and I think I had heard about it on an SNL skit, and so I'm like, okay, let me, actually listen to the full thing. And like, my goodness, it was amazing. It just got me all up in my feels. And so I told my students the next day, or next within the next couple of days, I said, "You guys are in huge trouble because you're supposed to keep me updated on the latest great songs, and that I wouldn't have heard of without you. And nobody told me how fabulous Driver's License is." So the whole album came out. The whole album's fabulous, and so I'm going to celebrate that today. It's interesting because she is heavily influenced by Taylor Swift, but you would never know it because a lot of it, to me, a lot of Olivia Rodrigo's writing is, it's more about anxiety and teenage anxiety specifically, but there's, a lot of anxiety that just like everybody can relate to. And so there's a little bit more of that than you were wrong and I was right. So I think that's what appeals to me. It's a little bit more raw, in the vein of like an Alanis Morissette, than a Taylor Swift thing. So that's, like I said, why it appeals to me a little bit more, even though she was influenced by Taylor Swift. So anyway, this first song is a song called "Brutal," and I hope you enjoy it. I'm so insecure, I think that I'll die before I drink. I'm so caught up in the news of who likes me and who hates you. And I'm so tired that I just might quit my job and start a new life. And they be all so disappointed, cause who am I if I'm not explored? I'm so sick of 17, where's my fucking teenage dream? Someone tells me one more time, enjoy your youth, I'm gonna cry. But I don't stick up for myself, I'm anxious and I think it never. And I wish I'd done this before, and I wish people liked me more. All I did was my best, and this is the thanks I get. I'm relentlessly upset. They say these are my golden years, but I wish I could disappear. Ego crush is so severe. God, it's brutal out here. I feel like no one wants me, and I hate the way I'm perceived. I only have two real friends, and lately I'm a nervous wreck, cause I love people I don't like, and I hate every song I write. And I'm not cool, and I'm not smart, and I can't even parallel park. All I did was my best, and this is the thanks I get. I'm relentlessly upset. They say these are the golden years, but I wish I could disappear. Ego crush is so severe. God, it's brutal out here. God, I'm broken, ego broken up, and God, I don't even know where to start. All right, and that was brutal. Like I said, the lead track off of the album Sour, which we were celebrating today. I say that was brutal. That wasn't just my performance of it. That's actually the name of the song. I really like First of all, that song is just like all the things that go through your head when you have that anxiety. So I really like it in that sense. But then, just if you listen to the way that she sings it, where she just says, "God, it's brutal out here." That's just like a really cool summary. It's nothing super complicated, but just the way that it's said is really cool. Um, so this next song is a song called "Traitor," and one that I relate to very well, about people who move on rather quickly. Um, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Brown guilty eyes and little white lies. Yeah, I played dumb, but I always knew that you talked to, maybe even did worse. I kept quiet, but I always knew I'm getting quiet, so I can keep you. Ain't it funny how you render the second we called it quits? And ain't it funny how you said you were friends? Now it sure as hell don't look like it. You betrayed me, and I know that you'll never feel sorry for the way that I hurt. Yeah, you talked to when we were together, loved you at your worst, but that didn't matter. It took you 2 weeks to go off and date her. Guess you didn't cheat, but you're still a traitor. Now you bring her around just to shut me down, show her off like she's a new trophy. And I know if you were true, there's no damn way that you could fall in love with somebody that quickly. Ain't it funny, all the twisted games, all the questions you used to avoid? Ain't it funny, remember I brought her up and you told me I was paranoid. You betrayed me, and I know that you'll never feel sorry for the way that I hurt. Yeah, you talked to when we were together, loved you at your worst, but that didn't matter. It took you 2 weeks to go off and date her. Guess you didn't cheat, but you're still a traitor. God, I wish you had thought this through before I went and fell in love with you. When she's sleeping in the bed that we made, don't you dare forget about the way you betrayed me. 'Cause I know that you'll never feel sorry for the way I hurt. Yeah, you talked to her when we were together. You gave me your word, but that didn't matter. It took you 2 weeks to go off and date her. Guess you didn't cheat, but you're still a traitor. Yeah, you're still a traitor. God, I wish you had thought this through before I went and fell in love with you. All right, and that was Traitor. A lot of lines in there that make me think of a very recent relationship, and and just past relationships in general. That's why this is such a universal album. But God, I wish you had thought this through before I went and fell in love with you. That, and then when she's sleeping in the bed we made, don't you forget about the way you betrayed me. And then the other big one that really gets to me is loved you at your worst, but that didn't matter. The sacrifices you make just go unappreciated, and that's ridiculous. Um, but really, really fabulous song. And this person's only like 19, 20 years old. So that's just wild. That you can kind of tell a little bit because it's the teenage angst and whatever, but just a spectacular writer. Also, I forgot to mention in that brutal song, there's a line about I can't even parallel park. I'm 10 years older than she is, and I can't parallel park. So that's just another way that I relate to that line. So we are nowhere close to finished, but this next song requires piano, and this was actually the first song that I learned how to play on the piano after I relearned the piano. I did it for a slightly different reason. I wrote a song called Talk on my Iowapolis album, and it was inspired by this song. So I learned how to play the original driver's license to go along with it, which was a long time coming because, like I said, I'm just obsessed with this song. So this is driver's license, and I hope you enjoy it. I got my driver's license last week, just like we always talked about. Cause you were so excited for me to finally drive up to your house. But today I drove through the suburbs, crying cause you weren't around. And you're probably with that blonde guy, the one who always made me down. He's so much older than me, he's everything I'm insecure about. Yeah, today I drove through the suburbs, cause how could I ever love someone else? And I knew we weren't perfect, but I never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. And all my friends are tired of hearing just how much I miss you. But I feel kind of sorry for them, cause they'll never know you the way that I do. Yeah, today I drove through the suburbs and pictured I was driving home to you. And I know we weren't perfect, but I never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. Red lights, stop signs, I still see your face in the white cars, front yards. Can't drive past the places we used to go to, cause I still fucking love you, babe. Sidewalks we crossed, I still hear your voice in the traffic. We're laughing all over the noise. God, I'm so blue. We're through, but I still fucking love And I know we weren't perfect, but I never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. Yeah, you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. All right, and that was Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. We are celebrating her album Sour, which came out a year ago last week. And it's one of my absolute favorite albums, and I don't say that about a lot of like recent albums. So that is that. Yeah, that song. It took me a really long time to get my driver's license, and so I think that's probably part of the reason why I relate to that so well. And then, by the time you do, it's too late for that one person or whatever. And um, I think that's a really, really cool metaphor and all that. And like I said, that inspired my song called Talk. So that's an even more special song to me because that's the song that I relearned how to play the piano on. So this next song I mentioned earlier, the Taylor Swift influence, and this song actually samples a little part of Taylor Swift's album, or not album, but her song "New Year's Day" off of her Reputation album, and so this is a song called "One Step Forward, Three Steps Back." I gotta always make sure that I get the title right because it's just one of those that I'd confuse it with the Bruce Springsteen song, the One Step Up and Two Steps Back. Not well, I guess kind of in terms of theme too, but mainly in terms of title. So this is One Step Forward and Three Steps Back. The Springsteen one is One Step Up and Two Steps Back. Hope you enjoy. Call you on the phone today just to ask how you were. All I did was speak normally. Somehow I still strung a nerve. You got me fucked up in the head, boy. Never doubted myself so much. Like, am I pretty? Am I fun, boy? I hate that I give you the power over that kind of stuff. It's always one step forward and three steps back. I'm the love of your life until I make you mad. It's always one step forward and three steps back. Do you love me, want me, hate me, boy? I don't understand, no, I don't understand. And maybe in some masochistic way I find it all exciting. Like, which lover will I get today? Will you walk me to the door or send me home crying? It's one step forward and three steps back. I'm the love of your life till I make you mad. It's always one step forward and three steps back. Do you love me, want me, hate me, boy? I don't understand. No, it's back and forth. Did I say don't understand. All right, and that was One Step Forward and Three Steps Back by Olivia Rodrigo. Um, this is one of the exceptions to this one of, I think, two, maybe three exceptions on this record. But the big thing that I like about it, I mentioned Alanis Morissette earlier, and this particular album was mainly just written by Olivia Rodrigo herself and this producer named Daniel Nigro, who worked with her, and in a similar fashion to Glenn Ballard, just was able to get this emotion and all of that out. Um, and so I really, the process fascinated me. There were a couple of samples. There's this one, and then there's a Paramore sample in there somewhere as well. But apart from that, and maybe one other song, there's it's all her and this producer writing it, and so that, like, albums are not made like that anymore, and that's a really, really cool thing. Just wanted to shout that out really quick. But this next song is a song called Deja Vu, and pretty self-explanatory once we get going. So this is Deja Vu, and I hope you enjoy it. Car rides to Malibu, strawberry ice cream, one spoon for two, and trading jackets, laughing about how small it looks on you, watching reruns of Glee, being annoying, singing in harmony. Bet she's bragging to all of her friends, saying you're so unique. So when you're gonna tell her that we did that too? She thinks she's special, but it's all reused. That was our place, I found it first. I made the jokes you tell her when she's with you. Do you get deja vu when she's with you? Do you get deja vu? Do you get deja vu? Do you call her, almost say my name? 'Cause let's be honest, we kinda do sound the same. Another actress, I hate to think that was just your type. Bet she knows Billy Joel 'cause you played her Uptown Girl. You're singing it together. Now I bet you even tell her how you love her in between the chorus and the verse. So when you're gonna tell her that we did that too? She thinks that's special, but it's all reused. That was the show we talked about and played you the song she's singing now when she's with you. Do you get deja vu? Do you get deja vu? Do you get deja vu? Strawberry ice cream in Malibu. Don't act like we didn't do that shit too. You're trading jackets like we used to do. You're trading jackets, yeah, everything's all reused. Play a piano, but she doesn't know I was the one who taught you Billy Joel, a different girl now, but there's nothing new. I know you get deja vu. I know you get deja vu. I know you get deja vu. All right, and that was Deja Vu. Like I said, by Olivia Rodrigo, as all of the songs on this particular live stream are. We are celebrating her album Sour, which came out a year ago last week. So yeah, that is that one of my favorite albums. As I said, if you were out there, please let me know. You were out there. I can definitely see the captions, see the comments, I should say. So make sure that you're commenting if you're out there and liking what you're hearing. If you're not, I'm sorry. But this is kind of where my head's at, so we're just gonna roll with that. So this next song is another one of my favorites, and this is a song called "Good for You," and I hope you enjoy it. Well, good for you, I guess you moved on really easily. You found a new girl and it only took a couple weeks. Remember when you said you wanted to give me the world? Well, good for you, I'm guessing you've been working on yourself. I guess the therapist I found for you, she really helped. Now you can be a better man for your brand new girl. Well, good for you, you look happy and healthy, not me, if you ever can ask. Good for you, you're doing great out there without me, baby. God, I wish I could do that. I lost my mind, slept at night, crying on the floor of my bedroom. But you're so unaffected, I don't really get it, but I guess good for you. Well, good for you, I guess you're getting everything you want. You bought a new car and your cover's really taking off. It's like we never even happened. Well, what the fuck is up with that? And good for you, it's like you never even met me. Remember when you swore to God I was the only person who ever got you? Well, screw that, screw you. You will never have me to hurt the way you know I do. Good for you, you look happy and healthy, not me, if you ever can ask. Good for you, you're doing great out there without me, baby. God, I wish I could do that. I lost my mind, sleep at night, crying on the bedroom floor of my bedroom. But you're so unaffected, I really don't get it, but I guess good for you. Maybe I'm too emotional, but your apathy's like a wounded soul. Maybe I'm too emotional, and maybe you never cared at all. Maybe I'm too emotional, and your apathy's like a wounded soul. Maybe I'm too emotional, or maybe you never cared at all. Good for you, you look happy and healthy, not me, if you ever can ask. Good for you, you're doing great out there without me, baby. Like a damn sociopath, I lost my mind, spent the night crying on the floor in my bedroom. But you're so unaffected, I really don't get it, but I guess good for you. Well, good for you, I guess you moved on really easily. All right, and that was Good for You, like I said, off of Olivia Rodrigo's album Sour, which we are celebrating tonight because it turned 1 year old a week ago tonight. So that is that. So this next song is also one that I relate to quite a bit. And this is a song called "Enough for You." And if you have noticed, I haven't switched any of the genders because first of all, it's 2020. It was 2020 when she wrote it. 2022 is the current year, but that still applies, even though some people are trying to turn the clock backwards. But anyway, this is a song called "Enough for You," and it's pretty straightforward, but I relate to it almost a little bit too much. So I hope you enjoy it. I wore makeup when we dated, 'cause I thought you liked me more. If I look like the other prom queens, I know that you loved before. Tried so hard to be everything that you like, just for you to say you're not the compliment type. And I knew how you took your coffee and all your favorite songs by heart. I read all your self-help books so you'd think that I was smart. Stupid, emotional, obsessive little me. I knew from the start this is exactly how you live. You found someone more exciting. The next second you were gone, and you left me there crying, wondering what I did wrong. And you always say I'm never satisfied, but I don't think that's true. 'Cause all I ever wanted was to be enough for you. Yeah, all I ever wanted was to be enough for you. And maybe I'm just not as interesting as the girls you had before. But God, you couldn't have cared less about someone who loved you more. I'd say you broke my heart, but you broke so much more than that. Now I don't want your sympathy, I just want myself back before you found someone more exciting. The next second you were gone, and you left me there crying, wondering what I did wrong. And you always say I'm never satisfied, but I don't think that's true. 'Cause all I ever wanted was to be enough. Don't you think I love you too much to be used and discarded? Don't you think I love you too much to think I deserve nothing? But don't tell me you're sorry, girl. Feel sorry for yourself. 'Cause someday I'll be everything to somebody else, and they'll think that I'm so exciting, and you'll be the one who's crying. Yeah, you always say I'm never satisfied, but I don't think that's true. You always say that I'm never satisfied, but that's not me, it's you. 'Cause all I ever wanted was to be enough. But I don't think anything could ever be enough for you, enough for you. No, nothing's enough for you. All right, and that was enough for you. That's the line that gets me is uh, the thing of like, uh, what is it? Well, first of all, I'd say you broke my heart, but you broke so much more. And then the other thing, more than that, I should say. Um, and then the other line was, you couldn't have cared less about someone who loved you more. That's A, just a really cool contrast from a writing perspective, but B, just a phenomenal line. Um, and that one she wrote on her own, which, like, to me, is not a big deal, but it's a big deal in the pop world. And so, she had a co-writer for most of these, but that one she wrote on her own. This is another one that I think really, I mean, it can, yeah, we can save some time by saying I relate to all of these in some sense. I forgot to mention too with "Good for You." One thing that that always gets me is that, you know, when somebody wants you to move on, it's not because they want you to be happy, but it's because they want you to leave them alone. Which I get that noise to a certain extent. But it's one of those things where it's like when they say, you know, "Good for you." It's one of those things where they don't really mean it. And you know, the thing that always gets me is that, you know, if you find somebody else, then you're going to forget about the way that they treated you. And it's like, no, 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 you're not off the hook that easily. Um, so while I'm, you know, in my depressive state, that's, you know, that's one of those things where it's just like, I'm going to make you feel horrible about this. That's my approach, at least. And This is kind of along those same lines. This is a song called "Happier," and I hope you enjoy it. We broke up a month ago, you're friends of mine. I know you moved on, found someone new. One more girl who brings out the better in you. And I thought my heart was detached from all the sunlight of our past. But she's so sweet, she is so pretty. Does she mean you've forgotten about me? Oh, I hope you're happy, but not how you were with me. I'm selfish, I know, I can't let you go. So find someone great, but don't mind someone better. I hope you're happy, but don't be happier. And do you tell her she's the most beautiful girl you've ever seen? An eternal love bullshit you know you'll never meet. Remember when I believed you meant it when you said it first to me. And now I'm picking her apart, like cutting her down will make you miss my wretched heart. But she's beautiful, she looks kind. She probably gives you butterflies. I hope you're happy, but not like how you were with me. I'm selfish, I know, I can't let you go. So find someone great, but don't mind no one better. I hope you're happy, but don't mind no one better. I hope you're happy, but don't be happier. I hope you're happy, I really wish you all the best. Say you love her, baby, but just not like you love me. And think of me fondly when your hands are on her. I hope you're happy, but don't be happier. I hope you're happy, just not like how you were with me. I'm selfish, I know, I can't let you go. So find someone great, but don't mind no one better. I hope you're happy, but don't mind no one happier. Yeah, no be All right. So that was happier. I'd be happier if I sang that correctly, but that is one of my favorite songs. So they give some little liner notes on this A to Z lyrics. And Dan Nigro, who I mentioned earlier, produced this record. Apparently, found this song, in January of 2020. And his quote was, "I got chills. Oh my god, her voice is so insane. I literally DM'd her that second and was like, hey, I think you're amazing. We should make music." And so apparently, this is the one that started the whole thing. And then this is just such a really cool concept for a song that like you want somebody to be happier, but they're happy, but not happier than they were with you. That's just human nature and very, very relatable. Um, yeah, I'm with Dan on that one. Cool. All right. So next song is a song called Jealousy, Jealousy, and I hope you enjoy it. I kinda wanna throw my phone across the room, 'cause all I see are the girls too good to be true, with paper white teeth and perfect bodies, wish I didn't care. And I know the beauty's now my lagging, feels like the weight that's on my back, and I can't let go. Come embarrassing, it's killing me slowly. I think too much about kids who don't know me. I'm sick of myself, I'd rather be anyone else. My jealousy started following me. Started following me. And I see everyone getting all the things I want. I'm meant for them, but then again I'm not. Just cool vintage clothes and vacation photos. I can't stand it, oh God, I sound crazy. Their win is not my loss. I know it's true, but I can't help but getting caught up in it all. Come comparisons only killing me. I'm thinking about too much of my needs who don't know me. I'm singing to myself, I'd rather be anyone else. My jealousy, yeah. All your friends are so cool, you go out every night in your daddy's nice car, you're living the life. Got a pretty face, pretty boyfriend too. I wanna be you so bad, and I don't even know you. All I see is what I should be, happier, prettier. Jealousy, all I see is what I should be. I'm losing it, all I get is jealousy. Come embarrassing, killing me slowly. I think too much about kids who don't know me, and I'm so sick. I'd rather be anyone else. Jealousy. Oh, I'm so sick of myself. I'd rather be anyone else. Jealousy started following me. All right, and that was Jealousy. That is that song, which I absolutely love. Once again, that's implied. I'm playing all of these, so I wouldn't waste time on songs that I don't enjoy. So this next song is a song called "Favorite Crime," and we just have two left. It's this one and then one more that I'm going to try not to cry while I play it. But this is "Favorite Crime," and I hope you enjoy it. Know that I love you so bad, I let you treat me like that. I was your willing accomplice, honey. And I watched as you fled the scene, doe-eyed as you buried me. One arm broke, four hands bloody. The things I did just so I could call you mine. The things that you did, well, I hope I was your favorite crime. You used me as an alibi. I crossed my heart as you crossed the line, and I defended you to all of my friends. And now every time a siren sounds, I wonder if you're around, 'cause you know that I do it all again. Oh, the things that I did just so I could call you mine. The things that you did, well, I hope I was your favorite crime. It's bittersweet to think about all the damage that we do, 'cause I was going down, but I was doing it with you. Yeah, everything we broke and all the trouble that we made, but I'd say I hate you with a smile on my face. So look what we've become. Oh, the things that I did just so I could call you mine. Oh, the things that you did, well, I hope I was your favorite crime. Your favorite crime. Your favorite crime. 'Cause baby, you were mine. All right, and that was Favorite Crime, like I said, by Olivia Rodrigo, and Dan Nigro co-wrote that song as well. Yeah. Yeah, she just said that she really liked the song as one big metaphor. She said she had to work on figurative songwriting. I think she's pretty darn good at that. But maybe that's why I like her too, because she is pretty literal. She said, I'm very literal, specific writer, and metaphors and similes aren't often where my brain tends to go. So I'm super proud of this song. That's cool. I like that about her music, honestly, is that she like slips the metaphor in there when it needs to be in there, but doesn't force it. And just like everything, literally. It should be taken literally. That is that. Sorry about that. Something on my computer. All right, cool. So I've just got one more song, like I said, and this is a song called "I Hope You're Okay." And I listened to this album last summer and then kind of put it away for a while, re-listened to it, and I 100% thought that "Hope You're Okay" was like, I remembered it being about an ex or something, and like, okay, well, after all these ways that you hurt me, I still hope that you're okay. But it is a lot deeper than that, and I had like 5 days to practice these songs, kind of non-consecutively, and I'm just gonna say that there was only one time that I got through this song without crying, and so we're gonna try to make it two here. But it is a really good song, so I'm not gonna blame myself if I do cry. But this is hope you're okay, and I hope you enjoy it. I knew a boy once when I was small, toed blonde with eyes of salt. He played the drum in the marching band. His parents cared more about the Bible than being good to their own child. He wore long sleeves because of his dad, and somehow he fell out of touch. Hope he took his bad deal and made a royal flush, Don't know if I'll see you again someday. But if you're out there, I hope then you're okay. My middle school friend grew up alone. She raised her brothers on her own. Her parents hated who she loved. She couldn't wait to go to college. She was tired as she was brought into a world where family was merely blood. Does she know how proud I am that she was created with the courage to unlearn all of their hatred? We don't talk much, but I just gotta say I miss you and I hope that you're okay. Address the letters to the holes in my butterfly wings. Nothing's forever, nothing's as good as it seems. And when the clouds won't iron out, and the monsters creep into your house, and every door is under close, well, I hope you know how proud I am you were created with the courage to unlearn all of their hatred. God, I hope that you're happier today. 'Cause I love you and I hope that you're okay. All right, we made it. That was Hope You're Okay. Yeah, that reminds me of some of my students, and just the line that gets to me is I hope you know how proud I am that you were created with the courage to unlearn all of their hatred. That's such a great line. So yeah, now the waterworks are starting. So I'm gonna hop off of here before they do in earnest. But I appreciate you guys tuning in again, celebrating Sour, Olivia Rodrigo's debut album, which was released a year ago last week. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Minnesota Mike. My next live stream is going to be on a week from tomorrow, I guess, on the 5th. Songs About Jane turns 20. So we're going to celebrate that fabulous Maroon 5 album. But I will see you then, and I'll have a video up before then as well. Thank you so much.